Good morning. It is March the 26th. It's Thursday. This week's almost done and over with. It's flown by for me. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully, everything's going good. From what I'm hearing, feedback wise, everything's going pretty good. A couple of my guys have got jobs now that they're going through. A couple of guys fixing to get out of treatment, and that's always a good thing. Um, I just want to remind you guys that I am available at any time for you to reach out to me. We can do online meetings, we can do telephone meetings, whatever you want to do, man, just to kind of help, get off your chest whatever you got, so you're not having to pack that stuff around. So we're gonna get into the Jesus Calling today, March 26th. It says, waiting on me means directing your attention to me in hopeful anticipation of what I will do. It entails trusting me with every fiber of your being instead of trying to figure things out yourself. Waiting on me is the way I designed you to live all day, every day. I created you to stay conscious on me as you go about your daily duties. I have promised many blessings to those who wait on me: renewed strength, living above one's circumstances, resurgence of hope, awareness of my continual presence. Waiting on me enables you to glorify me by living in deep dependence on me, ready to do my will. It also helps you to enjoy me in my presence, fullness of joy. So, this is definitely something that I can relate to a lot because um, a lot of times things don't move fast enough for me, and it kind of throws me off track, and I've got to constantly remind myself that of the fact God has my back and He's going to take care of things, and His time and my time aren't always the same time, but He always shows up right on time, and when He shows up a mighty deliverer. And through my personal experience, I've shared with you guys many times, there's been situations where I think the money's not going to be enough. I'm not going to have enough to make it, and God shows up, man, and He always has for me. And the only complication with it is the fact of I let myself get worked up. Things aren't going at the speed that I think that they should. I think I'm getting stagnant. I think that I'm not making any progress and stuff like this. And I start getting in my head about those things, and I start feeling these negative emotions about them. Well, what happens when negative thinking patterns pop up? Well, now I start getting really sick, right? I start finding every little thing to nitpick. I start, looking at the bad side of everything rather than looking at the good. And that's when I got to flip back over to the message from yesterday, where I've got my attitude of gratitude, and I start having to think about the good things in my life and the things that I do have going in the right direction. Now, as I'm talking about these things, I don't want you. I don't want to accidentally promote a message of being idle, and not putting effort into things and not putting action into things. That's not what I'm saying at all. We're definitely supposed to do the things that we can, and then God helps and assists us. Jesus said every day you must pick up your cross and follow me. Well, the picking up of a cross, that's hard work. So I mean, things aren't going to be easy for us. There's going to have to be a lot of effort on our parts too. So don't think that I'm saying just sit idle and just wait for God to just hand you everything, because that's not what I'm saying. But what will happen a lot of times with me and what I see with the people that I work with and stuff like that is when we start dwelling on these negatives and things like that, and we get sick and we start rushing things, and so that's when it hits a bad time. That's when we need to take a step back, chill out, be still, sit on our hands, and just reach out to God and just enjoy the presence of Him, and enjoy the promise that He is going to renew us, that He is going to promote us, that He is going to, help us out and move us forward. Scripture says that I have plans to prosper and not harm you. And so prosperity, that's a good thing. That's moving forward, right? And All throughout Scripture, it'll use the word exalt, 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 and that means to kind of promote you, bump you up to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So we, if you're like me, then you have to constantly stay vigilant of the fact that things don't go on your time. Things work on God's time. There are things that we can do to help the process along, but until He's ready to exalt us or to bump us up and move us to that next level, it's not going to happen no matter how hard we try, and all we're going to end up doing is causing wreckage, causing harm, harming ourselves by letting ourselves start getting depressed and feel all this anxiety and this tension and all of these things. So keep that in mind. Today, I want to encourage you guys to be still with the things that you're worrying about. If there's things that you have goals for, that there's action that you can put into it right this minute, absolutely do it. If I suggested to you that you call the places that have jobs in the field that you're wanting to go into, by all means, do that. But when you meet adversity, when you get shot down for something, if you put in for that promotion and maybe you don't get it this time, don't let it eat your lunch. Don't let it get you in your head and get you thrown off course. It's so dangerous, and especially right now, with everything that's going on in society, I think that everybody has some concerns and some anxiety and things of that nature that they're having to well up or having well up in them that they're having to face right now. So definitely don't add any other stuff with it. Patience and just knowing, trust that God is with you and that He's going to pull you through this, and He's going to put you wherever He wants you to be. And that's a freeing feeling. I've had many experiences, man, and I've shared these with some of you guys. I'd put in for a job, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, something, I don't know. And I knew I got it. Interview went great and everything like that, but I ended up not getting the job for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I would say that a criminal background would probably maybe be a disqualifying factor in that. But anyway, I didn't get the job, and I was down, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, man, I just don't understand why it wouldn't be part of God's plan for me to better myself and to be making more money and things of that nature. And what ended up happening is another opportunity opened up that was better. It was more money. It was something I enjoyed doing more and things of that nature. And that next season of my life was pretty prosperous, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So that was a lesson for me of the fact that my plan and His plan aren't always the same, and the things that I feel like are God's plan maybe aren't. He obviously knows what's best for me, and He knows what I need better than I know. He knows me better than what I know me, and knows my needs and my wants and my desires, and He takes care of me. He always has, and that's a nice feeling, and so I just want to encourage you guys today to just figure out the things that are getting to you. What is it that's bothering you so much, and just really go through and dissect that, and try to figure out why it's eating your lunch as much as what it is, and then just let go of it, give it to God, and then trust in the fact that He'll deliver you through this. Now, on down the line, once this situation's taken care of and God's did what He was going to do with it, then that's going to help build that confidence, that faith, that substance of things not seen, that knowing that I turned this over to God and He brought me right through it. So I hope you guys have a great day. I love you guys. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm available. Thanks.